that it's like an invisible part of home TV. I mean, it's not anything, because it operates. I mean, it flows, it works, it gets the job done. And I mean, that's a tremendous amount of credit to you, to Lynn, and all the people operating it. Because if you take all those kids and all the potential problems and what have you, and you know, it's amazing. And without interns, there'd be nothing here.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Bordon. Welcome to HOMTV, the little access channel with a big inside operation. That operation is the HOMTV Internship Program. It's how we make TV programming possible for our viewers. HOMTV has been here for 25 years, and the Internship Program has been growing strong for 20 years and counting.
So for 20 years, it's been a successful internship program, turning out people who are in the industry today who are successful. Some of them there for 20 years, some for 5, some for 1, some for 1 month. You know, it just shows that it's as strong today as it was in 1985, if not stronger.
I mean, nobody realizes, you know, how much energy and work it takes to get, 30 people on a continuing basis, and then you train them. As soon as you get them trained, they're gone. You train them again, which is obviously your responsibility, and you do it like you're invisible. So I mean, it's very, very powerful.
It really is a lot. I think it's more than most people realize, the questions we get, because it's things that, you know, we, having been in the industry, might take for granted. You know, simple things we learned on our first day of the job or whatever, and now these guys are learning it for their first time. And it's, you know, it's up to us to kind of show them what they need to know.
I just got my first assignment this week, and I will start on that tonight, actually. So the following weeks I should be pretty busy, which I'm looking forward to, actually going out on the field and putting packages together. I feel like I'm accomplishing something.
The home TV experience, just like you just start out and you're on your own, you're given responsibility, accountability, and a great learning environment, you know, people you can learn from there.
Basically, you want to allow yourself enough time for editing. You said it's due Monday?
Mm-hmm.
I would get out there, start getting your B-roll today.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely set up your interviews. And I mean, I guarantee you're going to be here more than your scheduled shifts. Like, you're still getting used to things. I'm still getting used to things, and this is my second semester.
HOMTV recruits, trains, and supervises each of the interns coming through the program on basic television production. This includes lighting, camera work, editing, on-air presence, directing, and much more.
When I was there, and I was a junior at Michigan State, I didn't know anything. I came in knowing absolutely nothing. My first duty was, of course, running the township meeting cameras. And learned a lot in the first 2 weeks there.
One of the first things we have interns do when they come to HOMTV is set up for the town hall meetings. We do them regularly, weekly, most of the time. There are microphones to set up, there are cameras to set up. They need to learn to do all the mechanical things behind the scenes that account for the show running correctly, properly.
What we do here is we take these babies, wheel them out of here, wheel them into the town hall room so you can see the fun and the magic that is the town board meetings. Let's go. Takes a little skill to get it through this doorway without hitting anything. Oh. I don't have it yet.
Man, this thing's heavier than a dog.
The checklist there's basic skills, which are simple things like learning how to wrap cables.
And tell me if you notice a difference between those ends.
There's a list of workshops and exams that correspond to those workshops, camera work, audio, editing, reporting, producing, promotions, those kinds of things. So they get the workshop. They also get quizzed on those skills they learned at those workshops.
My overall impression of the workshops was a lot of information very quickly.
Horrible.
Workshops here.
Horrible.
They were a bit fast, but I like fast.
I felt very overwhelmed because I felt like information was just flying at me from left and right. And
It was more like, not so much explain in detail that you know, it's more that so you can figure it out along the way.
what does it mean when it says backup battery empty?
We recruit students through the fairs at Michigan State.
I'm not sure what my niche is yet, and I want to,
This is a great way to find out.
The only way you can find out is by doing it.
That's what I say. This is to tell you a little bit more about our program.
They hand out our brochures to students. The local TV stations, when people apply, they send them over
When we
here.
were recruiting for new interns, Ben always had us judging them, critiquing them, that we had to follow.
After filling out the application, and they set you down, you did the interview.
Went through the interview process.
My first real job interview for what I wanted to do.
I had a pretty shaky interview.
The first impression was very important.
As you may or may not tell, I'm not a good interview person.
We had to judge them on their handshake.
Very intimidating, and
How firm was the handshake? Did they look you in the eye?
he was very intense about, well, where do you see yourself? What do you want to do?
How did they look? Did they look like they were coming to a job interview?
Who do you want to be like?
I had my vote.
Who's your role model?
You know, I was the Swedish judge.
I don't know. I hadn't thought of it. I don't know.
And then, Amy had her vote.
I just watch the news. I like it.
And Ben had his vote.
It just blew me away because I hadn't even thought about any of this stuff.
All the interns were initially judged on that.
Found out that afterward it was only on the strength of my connections to the person in the program that I got offered an internship spot.
I always remember about that first impression, and whenever I go into a meeting and I shake someone's hand for the first time, I am always thinking about, are they critiquing me?
You go to class, take all that stuff, you got to do that. But I tell you what, if you can get an internship at HOMTV, you really ought to do that because you're going to learn so much faster that it's going to blow you away.
Color balancing the camera, the object with this, as we have the hue and saturation for this, the hue basically.
You talked about what the things that we would be doing as an internship, and I said, this is something I could really try.
Receiving over 200 internship applications each year from students who want to be a part of the program at HOMTV, only about 30 are selected. These interns, once they go through the basic training, do what it takes to bring programming to the viewer. Without the internship program, HOMTV would not function as well as it does.
So it's tough because we only hire 30 people a year, roughly. So, but we do have a great response, a great number of people who want to come to the program.
I really feel like this is a good place to come. From what I've heard from many of the interns that I've known that have gone through or are still here, it's really helped them and is preparing them to take the next step into the job market. Well, just so you know, and the viewers know, this is quite possibly the most important piece of the setup. You have to view the maps. They call it the VI. You need one that goes right here to right there.
No, this'll work.
And then you need one that goes from right there to right there. So you need
we
two.
just need, where's the other, isn't there two long cables?
I thought there were.
Oh, and don't forget that you have to do a stand-up too.
Generally, I'm supposed to do it all by myself.
You want to find some place that you're demonstrating something.
I'm going to white balance right now.
You don't just want to have you. Hi, here I am, I'm the reporter. You want to be showing something. So.
It's a pretty vague topic. We'd like to see street lights installed throughout the entire neighborhood.
The more you learn, the easier it is to do, and the faster you can do it.
Safety. For most members, it is an issue of safety. It comes at a high price. This added security, does that sound right? This added security, however, comes at a high price. You think that's long enough? That's too much. That just sounds like it's cut off. This added security, however, Members of the Bird Strawberry Farm community would like to see streetlights installed throughout the entire neighborhood. For most, it is an issue of safety. This added security, however,
It becomes so much easier once you do it a couple times.
that only shine light down.
It's a lot of work. I mean, you'll get used to it though. It's overwhelming at first.
Let's wrap it up. Let's go.
We're the hole that fills the gap between what they do at the university and how they get into the industry. And I talk with Michigan State about that and advisors, how we can fill that hole, how we can be that next step for them before they go into the industry.
The university obviously had classes and all this, but it just it wasn't enough. It wasn't fast enough. There wasn't enough hands-on stuff. I wanted to get in and do stuff and actually make some television, because that's kind of what I wanted to do.
Because at the time at Michigan State, you just didn't learn any hands-on. I mean, I didn't know. I remember thinking in my advanced 442 class before I went to HOMTV, putting the camera on my shoulder, I'm gonna go get a bunch of cool shots, it's gonna be awesome, and it just turned out terrible.
I learned way more there than I did in class. Way more.
Deborah and I work together in the internship program training. We do the majority of the training for the interns, teaching them different skills. And we each have different responsibilities within the structure of HOMTV, so we're constantly referring interns to each other to answer different questions, like, oh, that's really more of a Deborah question, or that's more of a Brian question.
But a lot of the crew and who's going to go into what program and who's going to be involved in what, I oversee a lot of that just because I also have the intern coordinator hat, so I know what their strengths and weaknesses are, and I interview them, and so I know, what their interests are, what they'd like to go into. So I kind of have, an inside look at the interns and how they would like to curtail their internship to fit their career. So it's easy for me as senior TV producer to say, okay, we're going to divvy these people up this way, these people that way, and kind of get them fit into the right roles. Because if they don't like it, they're not going to have a valuable internship experience. They're not going to get out of it what they should.
The new development of Bird Strawberry
When I first got this story and I found out that I had to do it on street lamps, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. And I wouldn't have that in the background. Because it's ugly, the background not so good. It was shaky, the transition was really shaky. And this shot, I thought I fixed it. But I'm gonna warn the next rookies in, just be prepared, bring some Kleenex. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not.
If you were to look at the HOMTV staff directory, you would not see what it takes to make a cable operation run. It shows only 4 people. What it does not show are all the people behind the scenes in the internship program who work hard to make it all happen.
I'm Natalie Johnson. I host Meridian
I'm
Magazine.
Jessica Reed,
on
director and
HOMTV.
producer for Meridian Magazine.
I'm
on
Shannon
HOMTV.
Crummell, and I'm producer and
I'm
technical
Denise
director
Fung,
for
and I'm the
HOMTV.
audio operator for
I'm
Meridian
Evan Titus,
Magazine.
producer and tape operator for
I'm
Meridian
Emily
Magazine.
Ernst, and I'm a reporter at HOMTV.
My name is Stanley Park, and I'm a production
Dave
intern
Brown,
at HOMTV.
production intern.
Hi,
at
my name is Bo
HOMTV.
Menifee, and I'm a production intern at
I'm
Channel
Courtney
21.
Wills, a reporter
Hi, I'm
at
Bill
HOMTV.
Mika, production intern at HOMTV, and I'm also the
I'm Lauren
webmaster
Parrott,
for
and
our
I'm a
website.
reporter at HOMTV.
Derek Johnson, production intern.
My name is Deandra Martin, reporting intern at
Erica
HOMTV.
Galeen, promotions intern
Hi,
at
I'm Annie
HOMTV.
Horn, and I'm a reporting intern
I'm Jennifer
at
Christensen,
HOMTV.
and I'm a reporter for HOMTV.
I'm Adrian Broadus, reporter.
Hi, I'm John Cerrone. I'm a producer here at HOMTV.
I'm Nathan Burleson. I'm a producer at HOMTV.
Sahani Wallace,
Lisa
production
Rodriguez,
intern.
and I'm a production intern at HOMTV.
I'm Erin Rust, reporter, HOMTV.
Jeanette Bourdon, promotions intern at
Hi,
HOMTV.
I'm Steve Rose, and I run this place, man. I am in charge.